Plenty here with Path to Progress for January 7th, 2025. It's been kind of an interesting 24 hours. In some of the research that I do, I look for people, thinkers, who have things to offer. People who have perspectives that can be useful as I try to craft my own leadership practice, as I try to craft my own process for dealing with life, for moving through all the challenges that exist. And yesterday I came across a thinker who had some interesting things to say. One of the things that he said was that some of the people that I've been looking at as my thinker examples should never be used as examples. It was interesting to say the least. And it's caused me a lot of time to reflect, a lot of opportunity to reflect over the last 24 hours or so. One of the things that I've reflected upon is what did it means to emulate, to admire, to imitate, ultimately to try to follow in someone's footsteps. Some of the individuals that I have chosen as heroes, inspirations, role models, if you will, are individuals who are inherently flawed. Deep flaws. In my estimation, sometimes that makes them even more worth following. I am deeply flawed. I am so imperfect in the way that I approach things. And so when I see people who are deeply flawed, who are working to find ways to deal with those flaws and to still make positive impacts in the world in spite of their flaws, I am inspired by that. I have also found individuals that I admire, that I aspire to be like, that I seek to imitate, that I know very little about how they operate as real people. My experience with them is from a distance. Many of us have these kinds of experiences where we interact and we see people from a distance. We see what they present to us, and we have to decide how we're going to handle it. For some of those individuals for me are among my most powerful examples. They have identified traits, skills, characteristics, ideas, principles upon which they seek to base their lives, upon which they seek to act, and I find that powerful. Again, I know in working with those individuals that they are very likely inherently flawed, that they are imperfect, and that the face that they put on them as they move through life may be very stylized, very idealized, and not necessarily how they are as humans in their interactions with other humans. And that's okay, because they are seeking to encourage better in everyone around them. And I guess for me, that's the question that I have to ask. As I look at other individuals, and there are lots of other individuals that I look to for guidance, for inspiration, for encouragement, for a pattern to follow, if you will. Some of them are literary characters, absolutely fictional, made up completely. Anybody who knows me knows that Luke Skywalker, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, they both sit in my pantheon of people. Some of them are historical figures. John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, among others. Some of them are spiritual examples, both modern and ancient. All of them are flawed. All of them have things that I can respect and admire, and in fact, their acknowledgement of their flaws makes me respect them more. As you're looking for, let me rephrase, as I continue to look for ways to work with and work around the inspiration and the guidance that people provide, rather than being turned off because they are imperfect. I am absolutely connected when they recognize their flaws and still try to make progress. I guess that's what it's really all about. I hope this has been useful for you. It's been very useful for me to work through and to think about and to share. And hopefully we'll see you in future videos. In the meantime, my name is Todd Wente. This has been Path to Progress. Nullum Diem. We'll see you next time.